never knew was how to win.
I'm not gonna lose, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna.
Hi everyone, my name is Vernon Wiggins, the host of the Winning Culture podcast. The guest that I have here today, in my opinion, needs no introduction. He's done a lot of amazing things. He's won awards. He's filmed a lot of great movies, music videos, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. The guest I have here today, Corey Descant, aka Panic the Plug.
Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, man, glad to have you here. It's been a while.
Been a minute.
Yeah, I know I've been traveling the country doing this, doing that.
A little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah, bro, just enjoying Panic, living life, doing some things, and just trying to get things done.
Hey, that's what's up, man. What's up, man? Hey, man, we got this casting call coming up, man. Tell me about that.
Oh, look, Panic, the casting call has been a long time coming. Yeah. A lot of people been looking for it, asking for it, and finally it's here.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm coming on as executive producer on the project.
Absolutely, glad to have you.
It's going to be a great project. The first movie did such, very well. I mean, amazing, knocked it out the park. So
yeah,
it's a big challenge to follow that. I try to do bigger. And what's your plans on doing bigger on that?
Well, definitely this time I would say I don't want to be going to too many cities and filming this time. I want to stick in one area if we can. That's the plan. But man, with the first one we had no expectations. However, we assembled a great cast, a great crew, and we were able to do what we done. We won 20 movie awards.
Wow.
Globally.
That is amazing, man. Congrats on that.
Thank you, man. So this time we're looking to surpass that.
Yeah. Hey, most definitely, man. I'm excited. I'm glad you brought me on this time. Last project, I kind of came like mid movie,
Yeah.
I got to work on the graphics and stuff and handle some of the recording for the screenings and stuff like that. But man, I know you told me then, I'm gonna bring you on this next one.
Oh yeah, I told you, man.
Glad to see it finally here,
Yeah, and so glad to have you a part of this entire journey, man. It's gonna be great. We're looking forward to doing a lot of great things, doing many more things, and I know you yourself, you're gonna definitely bring a different flavor to this, man. Totally looking forward to it.
And I appreciate being part of the team. But yeah, I'm excited. Everybody come out for the casting call. We're doing crew and cast.
That's right.
We're trying to build a great team. We want some people that's talented.
Yes.
Like I told you, I'm looking for that secret gem.
Yeah.
Someone that's out there that's just creating every day and just, needs that opportunity. This is the opportunity to, join a great team.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I know you always said about the secret gem, and I have a feeling there's going to be multiple ones that's going to
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Especially, where we're having the casting call. Lafayette is filled with talented. I mean, they're coming out the woodwork like you just. Yes. I'll be on Instagram scrolling and I'm just finding people. And I'm like, man, like I never even seen them before. And I'm like, they're locally, they're locally talented and able to do that. And I'm just like, wow, so yeah, I'm very excited. They're working on that, but
yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. I tell you, it's like every situation I'm put in, I feel like the underdog from the underground. Like, it's like every time I get in whatever it is I'm doing, any situation or whatever, it's like I feel like I'm the underdog. And I just always felt like that because I feel like it takes a Herculean effort to get over the top.
Yeah, most definitely.
A lot of unexpected things happen. It's just, and that makes me work even harder.
Yeah.
So I'm used to it now. I've done it time and time again.
Yeah, man. And I'm right there with you. My career wasn't the easiest. I had a lot of downfalls and a lot of different things that happened. And what I noticed when you get knocked down, you got to get right back up because the world's not stopping. The world is continuing going. Everything that you had planned is still in, you got to keep it in motion.
Yes, absolutely. And you've done a great job with that. I'm so happy and fortunate to work with you on so many different platforms. so many different things, man. Music videos and now movies. We've worked on all kinds of stuff together.
Yeah, man, we done a lot, man, and won some awards together and done some achievements.
Yes.
Hit some numbers, and I'm just very thankful, from that first time we worked together, just to see what came from it, and
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's been great. Hey, shout out to Kayla Gilmore.
Yeah.
She was the one who told me about you. Even though I already knew about you, but she put us together. Bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
So major shout out to her.
Yeah. Now, is she gonna be a part of this movie on This Time By, or
I don't know. From what I do know, though, I think she told me, hey, if you need anything, you need any help or anything, let me know. So she's willing and available if needed.
Hell yeah, great people to have on the team.
Yeah, yeah, man. I remember the first time on the first Problematic Intentions when I told her, I said, hey, Kayla, I said, you know what? I got a role for you. She said, for me? I was like, yeah, for you. I said, Kayla, you've been grinding, you've been putting in a lot of work, and I think it's about time you get a role.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that role. Actually, I was such a sighted friend that I took a picture of it when I watched the movie. I was like, tagged her and everything. Like, she did great. I mean,
she did. That fit her to a T because she was a school teacher before. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I had no clue that she was a school. I mean, she played it great. I mean, that was just you couldn't typecast that even better. That was it right there.
Yeah, from what I remember her mentioning, and she's gonna get me if I'm not telling the truth. I don't remember, but from what I remember her telling me that she was a teacher at some point. So
that's cool. That's cool. That's real cool. So she played it great, I gotta say.
Yeah, man. So her role, she played Mrs. Hudson, right, in the first one. So this time we're gonna be bringing in Mr. Hudson.
Oh,
on this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing in Mr. Hudson on this one. He's going to be the husband to her character.
Okay.
So that should be very interesting. And it will. Based on the script, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I love that script. I told you.
Yes.
When I read it, it blew me away. Y'all are definitely in for a great movie. Another great movie. Well done. So who helped write that script?
Man, I had a number of great writers. I had Ray Alford, Wilma Williams, myself. I did some dibbing and dabbling in that. Owen Farrar, and we had Kyler Cooler. And I stressed his name out because that brother made some stuff happen.
Yeah.
A lot of extra stuff happened. Everybody did, for the most part, but him, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was, in this one, it's part 2 from part 1, right?
Yeah.
But this one is going to take a lot of people on a lot of different turns, man, unexpected turns.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You said it right there. That most definitely.
Yeah, man, it's going to be something special. I'm excited about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited too.
The casting call itself, I would just tell everybody, come ready to perform, and just make sure you follow instructions.
Yeah.
And directions. That's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, we gotta, you gotta be able to follow instructions and directions, because that's letting us know that, you know what's going on. You're paying attention to what's going on, and we just will take notice of that. So
one thing I can add to that is, we know we're going to get some people that probably their first project they worked on. We're going to have some talented people that done a few projects. And I'm not saying this to scare you. If it is your first project, come. That's how you got to take that first step. But also understand this is, a professional project. This is nothing like, this
it's no BS.
It's a lot of moving parts and a lot of, a lot of people involved. And, but when I'm saying that to make you nervous, just understand that, take some initiative in what you're doing and take it to heart,
No, I agree, man. Hey, you said it best. Something I always followed was, in order to get something you never had, you got to be willing to do something you never done.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's my whole career.
Yeah, that is. That is.
I mean, you got to take that jump, It's going to be scary. And, I think it's just so hard for people to keep going, and I get it. I mean, I'm sure you've been there many times where you just want to give it all up.
Oh yes,
have
I been there? Oh man, too many times.
I'm a little extra. I got the whole plan I got the off the grid, traveling the world, being with nature, getting away from social media. But at the same time, I'm like, this is what I created, and I got to see it full.
Yes.
You gotta keep going. And the world's changing, Vernon.
Yeah.
The world is changing so much with social media. I mean, picture when you were growing up, and how movies were made or how music was made to what it is today.
Right.
I mean, how do you continue to grow from that? Like, how do you not stick to the old ways and grow?
Man, yeah, you gotta evolve, man. You gotta evolve with the way everything is going, because I feel like if you stay stuck in the old way of doing things, you're probably not gonna move as fast as this generation.
Yeah.
So you gotta be able to adapt. You have to, that's the only way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, early in my career as a graphic designer, I wasn't doing videos yet, and I reached out to a very talented graphic designer at 13, and he designed for. He actually works for Alamo Records right now. He designs all the stuff. He got plaques with Rod Wave and all that.
Oh, that's amazing, man! Congrats to him. Yeah.
I reached out to him, but we were close. But I reached out to him, and he was the first one to give me advice early in my career, and he said, "Never stop learning." Never stop learning.
That's some powerful advice.
Yeah. I mean, the best advice I ever got. And I keep giving it out to people because you got to learn. I spend every day, I tell you this, I wake up and I do the work, as a freelancer, I do the work I got on my table, but I'm always learning something new. How can I do this? How to do that? Try to stay ahead of the curve because this industry can just pass you by if you don't know all this new stuff that's going on,
That is true. That is so true. We see it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I look on those platforms, the social media platforms, and man, it's like, okay, I could look at Facebook or Instagram like a week ago, right? I come back the next week, they've already updated it, and you're like, whoa, what? This was here, that was there. I'm like, wow, just that quick.
Yeah, and even with like trends, you know what I mean? Like, you can think you know what the trend is and what works. They can just change it overnight and it'd be totally different, and it's crazy. I started the new page for my card business, Sandy Lane Cards and Collectibles.
Yeah.
And starting a fresh Instagram, I was able to get to like 200 followers pretty quick. So I was like, is the older accounts being overlooked or how does that work? But it was putting me in that group of people that were into cards.
Yeah, you see.
So I wonder how that works with Instagram now. Is it ignoring people or,
Man, it's a fast-paced platform. I'm not even lying, man. And on that note, I'm glad you mentioned about the cards, man. Tell us about that. I know that's
I mean, it's something I've been wanting to do. I love collecting, which I told you earlier about my Batman collection. I got a huge Batman collection, Star Trek, and cards is something I always really liked. That cards and comics. And,
got you.
When I was little, my dad gave me a massive collection of cards.
Awesome.
And, I collected Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. Me and my friends in high school actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was a senior at the time. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And we would drink while we played Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of mixed the two,
Right.
But we had fun. And then I just wanted to relive my childhood by going back and finding those cards. And the thing about collecting is how the business element goes into it. You got to fund your collecting.
Right.
And when you take your funds that you make from work or whatever, to fund the collecting, it kind of gets bad. You're too deep in it. So a lot of collectors do what I do. We sell what we don't want to fund what we do want.
There you go.
And it's like a cycle,
Yeah.
But man, I got I've been buying collections up. I just bought 2 collections I can tell you about. The original 1999 Digimon.
Wow.
With the holos and the 1999 to 2001 Dragon Ball Z cards.
Oh, I love some Dragon
with the holos. So I've been just grabbing. I've been grabbing stuff that people probably don't think about. They probably don't know about, or when they see it, they're like, "Man, I remember when I had that when I was little." So I've been buying a lot of collections of those. I bought a 1991 Disney collection.
Oh my goodness!
Beautiful cards.
Oh my goodness!
And I just love it. I'm getting deep in the ecosystem of the community.
Right.
There's people that do it financial gain where they just collect the high dollar cards, but I like looking at the card, and I like collecting what I like.
Yeah, man.
And I like to find that stuff for people that's looking for the cool stuff.
Yes. Hey, I tell you one thing. There's a lot of people out there that would love to get their hands on that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Oh, you said Dragon Ball Z. That's my stuff.
And yes, what was crazy about the collection, so I know they have the card that you can actually play. You know, there was games back then when you played the Dragon Ball Z card game. Mm-hmm. But I have some cards that are actually screen grabs from the show. So we all grew up watching the show.
Yes.
And they actually have actual frames from the old show on the card. So some great cards.
Wow.
Like I said, I got those. And with the company, I was going to proceed on doing live auctions on Whatnot. That's still in the water, but, thinking about it. But I think for sure I'll be pushing big on eBay and in future, hopefully going to shows and be able to sell face-to-face,
Hey,
but I definitely put the legwork in. I'm sorting 1,800 cards some nights. I've got them all boxed up neat, and so I'm definitely putting the work in. But I'm enjoying it.
There you go.
Really enjoying it.
Yeah, you know what, man? I will say this about you, man. You're the kind of guy. Every time, no matter what it is, you put your mind and hand on something. It works out every time.
I try, man. I try everything.
Yes,
I will say it's a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
With everything I do. I don't just, it might look like I'm jumping in.
Right.
But I've been planning this card thing for a while. Same thing with videos. Gotcha. When I got into videos, I pre-planned it. Which it was crazy how I ever tell you the story how I got into videos?
No, let's hear it. I
wanted
to hear that.
I originally started in graphic design. I would do cover art, and the whole story, I would make it quick on that story. I was working at a diner, and these guys are like, they was like, who you listen to? I was like, Lil Wayne, because I was a big Young Money fan. I was part of the forums.
Oh, yeah.
If it wasn't Young Money, I would listen to it.
There you go.
And they were like, there was a local group called Guerrilla Records. You should reach out to them. So I looked at their art, and I was like, okay, let me create an alternative cover.
Yeah. And
send that out to Cam, and Cam hit me back up, and I was part of the studio there. So I worked with their design and cover art for all the artists from Marksville and that label. And then I ended up leaving that group and going to Polka Club Records with Full Money. And then I was doing all the graphic design there too. And at the time, they was like, why don't you just do video too? And I was like, I don't know. And we went out to the woods, filmed the first video, and that was it. It was just them suggesting, said, you're already doing all the media, might as well just film too. And
that's amazing.
Man, that's the rest is history there.
Hey, see, ladies and gentlemen, it goes to show you when you put your mind into something, hey, you can make it happen. This guy right here, he's all about that. He's all about that. I've been working with him for years now, and I've been impressed since day one. So, man, dude, that's amazing. I mean,
and
wow.
Early on in the cover art game, because the community used to be a lot bigger in cover art, and we had an actual group, and we would talk and stuff. And I tell that story to a lot of people how I started out, and they always like, man, how you get in the industry, how you design for so-and-so, how you do this, how you get clients. Like I did, reach out to a local studio, find your artists locally, and reach out and work with them, because you'll build your way to the bigger artists. But you got to start what you have. And some people are like, there's no artists, no studios. I can guarantee you somebody is making music within your area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this question. Bro, you're great at what you do. Was there ever a time where you was like, man, I just can't do it no more. I'm tired of this. And then you was like, no, I got to keep going. Like, was there ever a challenge that came along like that?
So in my career, many times, and a lot of times it had to do with death. My girlfriend, really who I started out with, I designed for and everything, Marley G. When Marley G died, there was a moment where I was like, man, I can't, like, not like he was the only one I worked with at the time, but it was just like, man, we had so many plans. We had plans, and he would always call me and tell me, make sure I was ready.
Right.
Make sure he said, I need you ready, because we about to, we about to make it. We about to be traveling. About to,
Right.
He's about to be doing the big things,
Right.
And so at that moment, I really, that was my first moment where I was like, man, I don't, because it's like, you just kind of lose hope, you know what I mean? You like, Yeah, but then I remember all those times he called me and how many times he motivated me and told me, I knew I had to keep going for him.
Yeah,
and, it's a bigger picture. So
that puts you over the top to keep pushing forward. And hey, man, I could tell you, I'm glad you did, and I know that that's what he wanted for you.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I'm glad you did because I got the chance to work with you. Among other folks.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it would have been a totally different story for me if I would have just gave up then. I mean,
oh yeah, I'm glad you did.
That would have been. I don't know what I'd be doing right now. Because Panic the Plug, that brand has become something. It's become something that's totally different from anything else.
I agree.
I really feel like I was like, I have to be like the top 5 videographers to be mentioned in a song, but not only got to be the only videographer of very few that actually have songs dedicated to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, that's huge. I remember when you first told me that and I heard it. I'm like, whoa, dude, this is amazing.
Shout out to, DZ BM Tune.
Yeah, shout out.
Everybody that mentioned me, but for sure, Majay 1K. I mean, she made Panic the Plug 1, and then she came back around. She's like, no, we didn't do it. No, she made Panic the Plug 2. So, you could actually look those songs up, and it's songs dedicated to me. So I got to give love there. And
man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just the brand is what it's become. And I see everything bigger than life when it comes to what we have in Louisiana as artists and stuff.
Absolutely.
We have the industry, then we have the below the industry, then we have, people that's still trying to get there.
Right.
I look at everybody as talented people. Everybody has their own story. And I feel like so many stories are being overlooked.
Yeah, definitely.
And, we've seen people come in the game, and make it so far and then give up. But that's still a story there. That laid bricks for other people to climb up that, those steps to make it where they are. There was a foundation laid before us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm all about that story.
Yeah. Man, look, I can't say enough about you, dude. I mean, look, man, like, I gotta tell you, like, when I worked with you, like, for the first time, because I've worked with a lot of different people, man, in my career, but you were one of the easiest ones to work with. I'm like, golly, this guy, he just knows this, that, and the other, and it's easy. And it made me feel, like, super comfortable. How the hell do you do that, man?
My dad told me I get it from him. So my dad's, a carpenter by trade. Built houses and all that. And one thing he told me, with him, he can visualize all the steps to build a house in his head. He can see every step. And with me, it's like that with video and art. I can visualize all the steps to create it. And a lot of people feel nervous at first because they're like, artists feel like they got to take on a lot of the creative part of the video, or they got to provide this, because there's so many people out there that just don't offer that.
Right.
And with me, how many times have I pulled up to a gas station, pulled up to a random house, pulled up to an empty lot? Hell, we pulled up to a park.
Yeah.
Pulled up to a park.
Yeah,
and able to showcase in a whole different light. I make everybody look like $1 million.
Yes.
I make everybody, and I'm working with old gear. I'm working with what I got, but it's all about that vision and how you approach something. Yeah, we see it as a gas station. We see it as a park. But what little crevices and what shadows and what part of this park that we could really work with to make it bigger in life?
Hey, man, that is right. And I got to give it to you on this as well, man. Like, with the Overdrive video, like, the plans we had, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it's like you just adjusted on the fly to it. Like,
oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, Panic, look, I got a different car, man. I got some different people, like, and you just like that adjusted. And I'm like, wow, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah. And it comes with a lot of trust. It's a lot of trust into the videographer. Because I know sometimes people, they hit me up after, like, hey, can I see something? They're not sure, They're not sure because they watch me and I'm just doing everything in my head. I'm mapping this out, shooting this, but it's all laid out in my head. The whole video is laid out. I know how it's going to play out. I know what I need to get. One thing that I hate is the random homie that's a co-director. you will ruin my shoot so easily because I already know the shots I need to get. And when you add some other stuff, I can get it, but it's just taking up time.
In other words, let Panic the Plug do his thing.
Yeah.
Please, the man knows his stuff. Let him do his thing.
Trust into the plug, man. Trust the plug, man. And I'll get it done. And but yeah, man, I worked on some amazing projects from traveling. I went to Miami, filmed Fredo Bang, went to Colorado, got to stay in a big old mansion on the mountain, had my own room, indoor pool, and
hard work pays off, huh?
Most definitely, man. You got to put the work in. Nothing's coming to you, and the thing is, it's going to get, I had so many people that's like, man, how you do this? It's like, I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? We still.
And achieving big time.
Yeah, most definitely. We winning. We taking achievements. But the thing is about achievements. Mm-hmm. And you know this. We won a bunch of awards and did these crazy numbers. You got to focus on what's next.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to live on the awards that we already got.
I would too.
The numbers we got, which we could keep on pushing and advertising. But you got to reach that next step. Like, okay, we did this, but can we do this?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, man, we got to raise the bar even higher.
Oh yeah,
this one, man. I mean, definitely. I ain't gonna lie, man. Panic. It's been a fun ride to say the least. Just about everything we've been able to do with the Problematic Intentions franchise, with the music video, Critical and everything. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I sit there sometimes and I be like, wow, like, we done that? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I didn't believe in it. I believed in everybody, right? But like I said, there was no expectations. And then, assemble a great group together and, bro, like, you coming in, it just added the icing on top, man.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It added the icing on top, man. You were so patient for that Critical video, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
And then, I'm not going to lie, I told you this story many times.
Yeah.
We'll tell it here. Critical, picture this, going into this, video and everything, my first big production. We had a set, we had a crew, we had it going,
Right.
We'd had actors and all that. And, man, like maybe 5-10 minutes before walking in that door of the set, the girlfriend I had at the time broke up with me.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
And so I went through.
That's tough.
The biggest situation in my life while going through a breakup. We talk about downfalls and stuff that happen during your career that makes you want to quit. Yeah. Picture hearing that news and then having to walk into a set and do the best you did, which, I mean, could you even tell I was going through it?
No, I had no idea.
And that's that
was for Critical?
Critical.
Really?
Critical.
I had no clue, man.
Critical.
I never noticed.
Critical. It was, we filmed at the park first. Mm-hmm. It was when we got to the second location.
That's right.
It happened in the parking lot.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and hey, at the end of the day, you got to get it done. So I stay focused, but that's the things you're gonna face. You're gonna face breakups. You're gonna face loss. All types of things. In life. Even financially.
Right.
A lot of people, think you're always gonna be good and dandy, but stuff changes. But you still got to keep going.
Absolutely.
Any way you can. And I think the best way I look at it now, growing up, getting older, and understanding life more, is seeing. At first, we like to panic, which, I mean, I'm Panic the Plug, so I'm the king of panic, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
So you like to panic, and your mind goes everywhere.
Right.
Bring it down, and focus. And you start realizing, okay, what do I need to get? What I need to do to get to tomorrow? Let's not worry about next week.
Right.
What can I do to get to tomorrow?
See that? That's very important, man.
Yeah, and do that every day. You start noticing. Life is not that bad.
It's not that bad, bro.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that all comes, with the Winning podcast, Winning Culture. It's going to take a long way to get to that win.
Oh, yeah.
So just take it day by day.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to get there. Don't be thinking like, man, I did this, I should win. Like I should have. No.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It's a process, take time, and you're going to get there. And look, man, I mean, I didn't realize that you was dealing with a lot of that, but hell, look what happened 5 awards later.
Hey, I look back at that and I'm like, you know what? Hey, And a lot of, so I always told people that pain creates the best work. Mm-hmm. Pain creates the best music. Pain creates the best movies. Pain creates the best work in all art, everything, because you put your heart into it, you know. And a lot of times that's the best way to get through pain. If you're a creative, as a creative, you got it made.
Yes.
If something bad happened in your life, pursue that passion. Go record some music. Go film something. Go paint a painting. Whatever it is as a creative, go and do that and watch how you can take all that pain and put it on that canvas.
Hey, y'all, this man knows what he's talking about. He's speaking the gospel, y'all. Hey, take notes.
All I ever knew was how to win. I'm not gonna lose, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna make it, yes again. Nothing's gonna stop me, tell a friend. Your shoulders down, I got the win. All I ever knew was how to win. I'm gonna make it, yes again. Nothing's gonna stop me, tell a friend. Your shoulders down, I got the win. Undefeated, no losses, y'all ain't really touching me. One of the greatest of all time is what I'm gonna be.